What's doing, everybody? Welcome to First Class Fatherhood. I'm Alec, and before I hit you with today's interview, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the link in the description so you can listen to all of the interviews I've done with so many tremendous dads, including Dana White, Deion Sanders, Tony Hawk, and so many others. Now let's get going with today's interview. Joining me now, First Class Father, Jamie Giovinazzo. Welcome to First Class Fatherhood.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, let's start it like this here. How many kids do you have? How old are they?
I have two kids. My son is about to be 2, and my daughter is going to be 8 months.
Wow, very cool. You
So,
got one
yeah,
and one. You looking to break
a
the
boy-
tie or what?
A boy and a girl. Me and my wife are. My son is a handful. We co-sleep. He sleeps. I don't. We made that mistake with our first one with co-sleeping. So, man, I don't want to say I'm out of the game yet, but we're both pretty exhausted doing this. Obviously we love our kids. It's a great joy. It's the greatest thing in the world. But as a business owner, as a father, it's just, our life is, there's no way I could do 3 under 3. If we do have another one, we'd probably have to wait until the kids are in school. Who even knows if school's going to ever happen again, right? With all this homeschooling. So
Yeah,
probably we might just call it a day with 2. I'm not really sure.
yeah. I got 4 myself, Jamie, and I'll be honest. Going from 2 to 3 was the biggest jump for my wife and I. So definitely, once you get past that, it's all downhill from there. But did you guys do any kind of like gender reveal to find out what you were having, or did you wait both times? Did you cut a steak open to see if it was pink inside? How'd you work that out?
So with my boy, we did a cake, and I remember, man, it was like the happiest moment of my life. I was so happy. We were having a boy. We were so excited. We both really wanted a boy, and then so we had that gender reveal, and then so with my daughter, we did a pizza. We did a pepperoni girl, and I feel like a lot of fathers are always nervous when they first find out they're having a daughter, and for me, man, once my daughter was born, it was so unbelievable. Like I tell people, man, I thought I wanted 2 boys. I'm so glad I have a girl. I feel like I really wasn't a man until I had my daughter, and it's just so special. I'm so glad I have 1 and 1, man. It's like the best.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Jamie. It took me 4 tries. Our girl is the 4th one. We had 3 boys, then got the girl on the 4th try. So I couldn't be happier. She runs the show over here now.
Isn't it? It's like it's so crazy. Like it's like when you have your boy, you're just so. I guess I've calmed down a lot, and I've realized I have a lot of time before I have to worry about this. But like when you're trying to raise your boy, right, in the back of your mind, you know how competitive the world is. You know how hard it is out there. Your son needs to be able to fend for himself and be a man. But just it's like with your girl, it's like they could. None of it matters. You just I don't know. With my girl, man, it's just like worry free. It's so bizarre. It's the psychological effect kids have on you is just so insane.
Yeah, I think it's very beneficial to have, my boys to have a sister now, too, to get an opportunity to see, how to treat girls. And, hopefully going forward, they always keep in mind, treat girls that they may end up dating later in life like they would want their sister to be treated. So I think it's good and healthy all the way around.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
If you could,
Absolutely.
Jamie, please just take a minute here to hit my listeners with a little bit about your background and what you do.
So I own a healthy prepared meal company. We have 110 employees. We're going to do about $17 million in sales this year. I'm 100% owner of the business, self-funded. We're looking to move into a new building this year. Got a couple construction projects going on, and man, dude, I got so much going on in my life on top of having these 2 kids. Sometimes it's a lot, man. But that's did I answer that question good? What's funny is I was up. I'm having a hard time falling asleep at night, and then we co-sleep with my son. He's kicking me all night, and he's sleeping right now. Now I'm up
Yeah.
here. We're doing these podcasts. It's funny, man. It's just so funny, man. These kids are something else, right?
Yeah, they'll keep you up. That's for sure. I'm not really a big sleeper myself. I'm like a 4 hour a night guy, and that's good enough for me. If I didn't have to do it, I wouldn't do it at all. But they kind of broken me into the uh, getting used to not being able to sleep too much, and they will do that. So how old were you then, Jamie, when you first became a dad, and how did becoming a father really change your perspective on life?
I was a dad. I became a dad, I think, when I was 33, right? 33, 30, 32. 32, I had my son. Um, dude, it's really funny. When I had my kid, it actually it's weird. When I had my kid, I started working less. Like I wanted to be with my kid more. Um, I guess, man, I never really thought about it, but I love being home more. I used to work. I'd go to work. It would be dark. I'd come home. It would be dark. My life was really just working. Now it's like, it's, oh man, I got to get home. I got to play with my son. I got to be outside with my son. I can't miss dinner time. I give him bath time every night. We snuggle on the couch every morning. We watch movies in the morning. So I've really had to learn how to, I guess, manage and delegate a lot better, so I could have these special moments, with my family, and not. I never wanted to be that dad. I never wanted to be that successful businessman who neglected his kids. So, I mean, I talk to a lot of successful people, a lot of rich people, and they always say you can always make more money. You can never get the time back with your kids. So, um, I guess for me, I was just such a hungry entrepreneur. And when I had my kid, I just, man, I would, all my life, I've always listened to successful people. I've always had mentors. So when they would tell me, like, you'd never get the time back with your kids, that just stuck with me. So now I'm like, every morning, me and my son, we have breakfast. My daughter, we watch movies in the morning. I do my work during the day, but yeah, I'm really taking a lot more time for my family than I don't know. It's like a really hard balancing act because I have so many great managers and great employees in my company. But I'm not going to get this time back with my kids. So I do spend a lot of time at home with my wife and my kids.
Yeah, good stuff, Jamie. And what would you say are the top values you're hoping to instill in your kids as they grow up here?
Self-reliance is very important for a man. I think awareness, the ability to accept constructive criticism, um, self-reliance, awareness. Those are very two important things. Um, I guess like having family core principles is very important. Me and my wife have had conversations about that before. Um, it's really weird. Me and my wife actually come from absolute opposite ends of the world. Her parents were together, happily married. My parents were, when you look at my parents, you think, Jesus, how did these two ever end up together? I grew up, I didn't know a husband and wife were supposed to love each other until I was 16 years old. I grew up in probably one of the most dysfunctional environments you can imagine. And, I mean, I came out all right, and I wouldn't trade it for anything for the world. And I'm happy I had the childhood that I did. But when you have like our different sets of perspectives on what's important, it's pretty interesting. So my thing for my son and my daughter would just be self-reliance, independence, self-awareness. Um, those are really big things. Aware, if you're more aware and you're self-reliant, I feel like those are some really good characteristic traits to get you through life. Um, and also with a partner, right? You get married someday, you need to be aware of yourself, and a marriage is a partnership. So I think those would probably be pretty important things.
Yeah, good stuff, Jamie. And let's go into what you do here. What was the genesis of the Eat Clean Bro? And what got you involved in it from the beginning? How long were you working on it? Where is it today?
I started just cooking for my friends on accident in 2005. Um, uh, had a lot of ups and downs over the years. Eventually, with my back against the wall, nobody would hire me. My friend just called me out of nowhere, asked me if I was still cooking. I lied and said yes. I started cooking out of my buddy's house. And with my back against the wall, I made a promise to myself I'd never be poor again, and that it was do or die. So I took my last $300 from bartending in 2013 and started cooking for my friends. And now, 2020, we're $17 million in revenue a year company with 110 employees. And it's really amazing, man. Doing a lot for the community, giving back a lot, trying to increase employee wages every chance. The employee wages are going up, so and the price of the food is staying the same, which that's the name of the game. The name of the game is give a better product to the customer, an affordable price, pay your employee a better wage, and try to give back to the community as much as possible. So, and hopefully, now that we're on the Father podcast, growing up, I hope my son sees the winning formula on how to be a successful businessman, but also just how to be a successful man. I always tell people, like, you can't be a successful businessman without first being a successful man. And you got to keep your promises. You got to protect your people. You got to have integrity. Those are all the really important things of being a man. So
yeah, I love your philosophy there, Jamie. And during this entire pandemic that hit us, hit the economy pretty hard and everything else, how has Eat Clean Bro, has it picked up business? Have you been hurt by it? How has it affected you?
yeah, the scariest part of COVID-19 was the supply chain. I really had no idea what was going to happen. I mean, I got in front of the pandemic. I got in front of the media and the politicians. I started really looking after the staff. The staff was so motivated and comfortable. It was a really positive time inside our building. Staff was happy they had jobs. But when we saw the supply chain crumbling, it was scary because it was like, wow, we're going to have orders, we're going to have employees, but we're not going to have food to serve our customers. And it was a huge wake-up call to see just how delicate the supply chain and the food chain of America is. When these factories shut down and these union truck drivers don't take they don't take the deliveries, man, you're like, where's the food? It happens pretty fast, and that was a huge wake-up call. But we gave everybody who worked in the building during the pandemic. I kicked back over 6 figures to my employees in bonuses. And then we also donated over 6 figures in food to like nurses and first responders during the pandemic. So all in, I gave back around $250,000 during the COVID-19 crisis, and that's something I'm really proud of. It was a very chaotic, stressful time, and I ran to make sure I was giving my employees more, giving my community more. And we also what else did we do? Jeez. I had so a lot of the local restaurants were hurting too. I put the local restaurants up on my site for free, and I gave them 100% of the revenue that they accumulated for restaurant kits, which was also cool. We've raised a bunch of money for them too. So
yeah, that's incredible stuff, Jamie. That's amazing to hear that. And thank God there's people like you out there that were able to help. And, so many people have been affected and devastated by this, especially in the restaurant business. It's been, I think, hit the hardest. So, I mean, props to you. And I think that's
thank you.
awesome. And getting into the food itself here, I know your daughter's a little young yet, but does your son got a favorite dish or a particular, does he got a specialty he wants you to make all the time?
My son is straight up like level 10. So my mom used to always talk about me. She said, Jamie, when you were a kid, I thought there was something wrong with you. So with my son, he is just out of his mind, and he doesn't like to eat. He doesn't like to sleep. He wants to run. He runs. He runs everywhere. He just likes to run, and that's his thing. So for me, you know what? I tell my wife, look, when he's hungry, he'll eat, right? Like, I'm not going to stress out about it. If the kid's hungry, he'll eat. He likes fruit. He really likes fruit, man. Mangoes, bananas, berries. He loves raspberries. So I give him fruit, man. He likes his little breakfast sausage in the morning. Um, his chicken fingers.
What about with the Eat
Jeez.
Clean? What about with the Eat Clean Bro, Jamie? Do you have? Is there kid portions? Is there anything designed specifically for kids? If the parents are ordering, can they get dishes for their kids as well, or is it not really geared towards the kids?
It's not geared towards kids. So here's the thing, and this is the honest, like, people want kids meals, and I say, look, like, Eat Clean Bro is a value. I like it's a value, it's a machine, it it's a process, and I can pump out the highest value quality food for the best price. If I was to do a kid line, it would be less food for about the same price. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to sell expensive kids food, like, but that's what it would end up costing, because I would still need to run my same staff, my same equipment, all my same. It'd be like, maybe in my new facility, I mean, it is a good idea. I would just have to figure out a way to provide quality, valuable meal for kids at an affordable price. But I don't know, man. If the economy keeps going up, then maybe I don't have to worry about affordable price. But I always feel like affordable should be part of my thing, because I like knowing, I like doing right for people. So when the price is right and I know people are eating good for a good price, I like that. So that's where I'm at with the kids line. I mean, it would be a great idea, but I really wouldn't want to. I really wouldn't want to start selling meals for $5. It would and it's just, I don't think it would make sense for me to do that.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a market for parents out there that want to give their kids healthier food than the McDonald's. And even like what I've done now is my kids have gotten older. Like when we go out to eat dinner, I don't order off of the kids' menu for them, the normal chicken nuggets or the mac and cheese. They eat what we eat. They order regular dishes, like, and I think it's
Uh
like
huh.
healthier for them to get them in that habit instead of eating that the junk
How,
that we give them so much.
how old are your kids?
Mine are 14, 13, 9, and 6.
So you had 14 and 13, real close, like me.
Yeah, they're 15 months apart. They're Irish twins. So
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's what I have. Yeah.
So yeah, and then like I said, we try to get them eating healthier. They all have different palates. They all enjoy different foods. I cook dinner every night in my family, so it's like
Oh,
uh,
nice.
it's very hard to please all the customers. So some kids will like the meat, they won't like the vegetable. So it's always a toss up. Someone gets what they like, and someone gets what they hate. So you can't make all the customers happy in my house with the food.
Now you know what I live with. No, I'm joking. That's
Well,
funny, man.
yeah. Well,
God, hey,
listen.
God bless you, man. God bless you. 4 kids. God bless you, man. That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's special.
That, Thank you, Jamie. What kind of vision do you have for this for the future? Where are you planning on taking this? Are you thinking about bringing in a partner, selling at any point? Do you have a certain number you want to hit? What are kind of goals or plans you have for the future here?
I'm so this is a two-part question, right? So where I've been successful is my ability to live in the moment and to live in the future at the same time. So these are all really exciting questions, but it's very important that every day the food goes out good, the service is good, the product is good, and in the future, I don't know. So this is a emerging market. This is the future. Home delivery is the future. Experts all over the world are saying that food delivery, food services will be like 95% delivery within the next 5 years. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to go grocery. I don't know if it's just going to go more different, like I am going to start adding family meals, family meal kits as I grow as a man, right? Like, I'm a father with a wife and 2 kids. I want to offer more. So I started Eat Clean Bro when I was just a bro. All I had to do was take care of myself. Now I have a wife and 2 kids. I start thinking differently. I start thinking, what can I put in the fridge? What can I put in my parents' fridge, people's fridges, to help make their life a little easier so they have more time to spend with their family. But we are moving into a new building. We are going to have opportunity for more space. I do offer an incredible delivery service. So any complimentary items that go along with my meals, like, drinks or snacks or groceries or, fresh produce, whatever the case may be, I think that is the future. I've invested a ton of money into my website. I've invested a ton of money into my infrastructure. There's really nothing I can't put on eatcleanbro.com and get it to you just as fast as Amazon, if not faster. So I don't know. What I try to do is I try to live in the moment. I ask myself 5 questions. Are my employees happy? Are my customers happy? Is my food being delivered on time? Is my price right? Is my food good? And if the answer to all those 5 questions are yes, I live to see another day. So I try not to get too set in what my future is. I have a lot of options. I have a lot of revenue arms. We have a franchise opportunity. I mean, there's people all over the country contacting me. Jamie, please sell me an Eat Clean Bro. But I'm in an amazing place, man. I'm in an amazing place. I'm taking it day by day. I get to spend a ton of time with my kids. I get to empower people to come to work and love their job. I'm in a really good place, man, and I'm grateful for that every single day. So I do think I can get this thing to $100 million by myself, and I'm pretty excited for that. So right now, dude, the loose goal is to get to $100 million by 2025. Position ourselves to be in a great spot to raise capital, maybe private equity or Wall Street, whatever the case may be. But the goal internally inside the company is to clean up the financials and just have really strong financial storytelling, and to get to just keep chopping away, throwing the bricks piece by piece, and go from there. That is it.
I have no doubt you're going to crush the goal, Jamie. You got a great work ethic, an awesome vision, and I love your philosophy here. Last thing I'm going to hit you with, I love to ask all the dads that I get on the podcast, what type of advice do you have for the new dad or for that about-to-be father who's out there listening?
I would say, just surrender, man. Just don't just stay calm. You and your wife need to be nice to each other at all cost. It all depends on the baby. My son was a lot. I have a lot of friends who have babies where they're not nearly as involved as my son. So I don't know. I would say, be nice to your wife at all costs. Wives, be nice to your husband at all costs. Calmly get through the first couple of months. It is a huge wake-up call. The responsibility is insane. I would just say stay calm. Trust God. I'm a big God guy. I pray a lot. I pray to God. I trust God. I have trust in God. So as far as my kids go, man, we're all in God's hands, and I truly believe that. And just try to be the best. Just try to be the best person you could be, man, and stay calm. That's all.
I love the message. Eat Clean Bro. The link is in the description of today's podcast episode. Jamie Giovinazzo, I got to say, you're a first-class father all the way, and thank you so much for giving me a few minutes of your time here on First Class Fatherhood.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for having me.